Welcome into another edition of All Eyes on Cleveland. My name is Brad Ward. The man next to me is the one and only Casey Kinnamon. What's going on, big case dog?
Dude, I'm pumped. I'm going to go. I'm driving up to Cleveland. I'm leaving tomorrow. I haven't been to a game since 2019, and I haven't said this publicly. This will be my 20th Brown game in person.
20th.
I'm 14-5 as a fan in the stands.
Hey now.
Put that out there, man. Like I'm a playoff fan for sure. So I don't know, man. I feel unrealistically optimistic.
I do too. I actually have kind of been speaking a little bit out of turn about how optimistic I am about this weekend. And I'll tell you why a little bit later on.
That's
Get
called a
into
teaser.
it. Huh?
That's called a teaser.
Yeah. We'll talk about it a little bit, why I feel the way I do about it. But we haven't had a chance, and that's awesome. You're going to game. You're going to be there. 14-5 all time. Big Case Dogs record. What's up to MC and Kramer in the chat? The true great ones. Yeah. 24-20. What we haven't had a chance to talk since this weekend.
Nope, we have not.
Well, I mean, we've talked, but
not. We did not get into it.
Not on the air. What's up, Zook? Give me your impressions of the Ravens game.
I cannot think of a facet in which you weren't outplayed, outcoached, outschemed. They had the answers to the test, and they made it look easy. Their defense against our offense. All that being said, I'm still proud of the effort of the Browns' defense that they were able to do. And
Yeah.
I know a lot was made nationally that they made statements about Derrick Henry being easy to tackle and 22 yards, man. And if you'd have told me that ahead of time, I'm like, chalk that up. That's a dub,
Yeah.
But you can only hold up so long when it's non-complimentary football. Only 1/3 of the team held up their bargain; the other 2/3 did not. And punt returns, punt blocks, interceptions, fumble returns. The defense put up the fight for as long as they could, and I think that kind of foreshadows what I think the season could be if the other two sides don't wake up, because there's a realistic tipping point to where the defense can only do the heavy lifting for so long. So the other sides have to wake up, have to start, contributing to the game plan in order to capitalize on such an outstanding unit.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Oh, very, very.
DeAndre in the chat asks, is Kevin Stefanski's offense not creative? This week, I thought he got thoroughly outcoached on the his offensive game plan was predictable. I mean, the Ravens were ready for everything that the Browns wanted to do.
They were just sitting on it, man.
All in-breaking stuff, all that in-breakers they want to run, they just sat on all of it and made your day hell. Is what they did.
You weren't even one-dimensional. You were no-dimensional.
Yeah, I mean, simulated pressure. They dropped a weak side defender into coverage every time, and they manipulated the Browns' protections to slide one way and then would drop from that side and just come on the other side. They had free runners at Joe all day. He had no time to throw.
And even when he did, even the pressure that came early affected him so much it screwed up his internal clock, and it never recalibrated. He would panic, and I haven't seen that yet. That was the first time I watched him look panic.
Yeah. It was that, a combination of that, and even like the Bengals game when he had pressure, he was able to find like early answers. There's no early answers.
Yep.
Like they were taking his first reads away.
Yeah.
There was just nothing there to be had. So I would, DeAndre, to your question, it was not
Last week
creative.
it was not.
It was
And
not.
that's probably the most disappointing thing is because I wouldn't say they were successful in Cincinnati, but they showed you some things and they weren't able to build on those concepts.
22 first downs is
Yeah.
moving the ball up and down the
Yeah.
field, and
Yeah. And there was,
you just want to put the ball in the end zone more.
yeah. And when you want to see an evolution of the scheme too, you want to see that you build all things week to week. So, and there was none of that. It was
none of it. How does wide receiver coach and special teams coach continue to have the longest leash? Well, I mean, I guess Kramer at this point,
it's
I
2
don't
weeks.
know.
That's the answer for me. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's two. We're 2 weeks in, and the special teams I get more mad about than the wide receiver. I mean, the wide receiver coach you can't teach catching the football. That's not, as an NFL wide receivers coach, you're not there to teach them to catch the ball, right?
Shouldn't be. Yeah. They should have that down before they got to you.
That shouldn't be part of your job, right? So, for that point, I guess I find it hard to blame, I guess, the coach there. But there's a weird aura vibe around that wide receiver core all day. I thought on Sunday, Judy seemed
and doubling down after the fact, like watch the tape and get back to me. Okay,
Bro,
here's the thing, man. We all have the all 22
matter.
now. It didn't it's hard to get.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean,
okay, man. I will say this about Judy, and it remains frustrating. My guy tries to corral the ball. He tries to body catch way too often, man. I need you to attack with your hands, man. It would just take his game to another level if he would, master that. But at crucial times, he'll let it get into his body, and then there's just so much variance of angles that ball could take, and it's harder to come up with. It's harder to count on for sure.
Where's David Bell? Says DeAndre. Special teams have been bad for so long. Bubba should have been gone last year. Yeah, I mean it's hard to argue with that sentiment.
Wouldn't try.
I wouldn't try either. I mean, because you're at the point like, who gets a punt blocked in the NFL? It happens once or twice a season.
Yeah.
And I heard. Did you hear like how it happened? So like I don't know the player's name for the Ravens, right? But basically, after it was on CBD, they were talking about it with.
I'm gonna call him Raven McGee.
Yeah, Raven McGee came to the sideline, and McGee went over to their coach or whatever, and said, "Run that again, whatever punt block, iteration of the punt return they were running, I can overpower 33. I think I can get a block." Next one,
he did it.
He went right through Hickman and blocked it. And
straight through his face. He went right through him. Yeah. Can't happen.
Can't happen, man. It just
can't happen. Can't have it. Can't win with it.
Because at that point that was the.
You were hanging tough. You were in the pocket with these guys.
Yeah,
you were in the pocket, swinging punches, surviving, getting and then that's what broke it open.
It did. It's such a turning point. There, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was some soft nonsense from Hickman. You just can't let that happen.
No.
But yeah, so that's unfortunate, and as a special teams coach, I mean, you have to own that, right? Like and then there's. I mean, with the bit's the bit, we're already into the bit with Carter and all this stuff, so we might as well go with that, right? I mean, that's what Carter gets a concussion, and Gage isn't on the roster anymore because you cut him to make room for Judkins,
mm-hmm.
and so Isaiah Bond goes to return kicks, and proceeds to let the
Have
ball
no
hit the
interest,
ground
no interest
on
in fielding
just
that.
about every return, and the
Yeah,
one that he did catch, I thought he was
iffy,
going to fumble.
super
Yeah.
iffy.
And
Yeah,
I read today he will be returning them again.
yeah.
Why not elevate Gage and have him do it?
I
He did it
one
all
million
off
percent. To me, if because they did bring Gage back into the fold of the practice squad, and this is
Yeah,
the reason you keep a guy like that on the practice squad is to elevate him to
100%.
do these things. So I'm still not. I'm still holding out hope that this is all like bluster, and that he'll be a game day active. There'll be an elevation.
I hope that. I mean, why else? I mean, this is the
Yeah.
perfect opportunity. This is why you keep a guy like that who was
Yes.
able to do both.
Yeah. He'll
I
field
have
the ball,
already.
dude. He'll field the ball. I I said that's what it came down to. There was one punt that rolled like 26 yards, just free money, because you had no interest in run. And I don't know Bond's history
Yeah,
as a returner. He looked super uncomfortable back there.
very uncomfortable. Didn't want anything to do with the ball and gave up 30 yards on one play, just standing there.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, that's just not winning football
No.
all around. I mean, because you come into these games, there's a blueprint, there's a formula. We've talked about it. We talk about it on Jake's show. We talk about it on our show since the offseason. There's a blueprint for how they win. It's complementary football. It's
Mm-hmm.
don't beat yourself, period. It's be opportunistic on defense. Let the
It's win the
defense keep you
turnover
in
battle.
games,
Win the turnover battle, man. You got to.
or at least play even
Yes, this team can't afford to be in the deficit.
in the
That is
never in the
not in the
negative,
script.
and they just cannot. At the same time, they should have won week 1,
Yes.
and
And this would feel way different if they're sitting at 1-1.
everything would feel different.
It would
if
feel
that
different.
was the case.
Yep.
So now you go, off of that game, which was a disappointment
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff, but you're coming home and you probably get the hottest team in the NFL. Now, for me, immediately I think they have a better chance because it's a non-divisional game and that you don't
And it's
know
at home.
them as well, and you're at home.
Yeah.
FanDuel's line started at 7.5, went to 8.5, and went back down to 7.5 yesterday.
I'm shocked that it's that low. So
I am a little bit as well.
thought it'd be closer to 10 after last week.
I can check it now and see if it's still there. But yeah, I was surprised that it went back down after it went up to 8.5, but B, that is even in single digits, right? Because your home deficit now is less than it's ever been.
It's a point and a half.
It's a 1.5 to 2, yeah. And so why the 6-point swing, Case? 5-point swing.
Yeah.
Can you explain that to me?
No.
It's still 7.5.
Nope. I cannot. But you got someone coming in your building who's favored over a touchdown. That's still a very large spread in the NFL. Like that's
Home
that's pretty hard
dogs
to win.
is a good place to be in the NFL, I guess. I mean, listen,
It would be if they weren't coming off 10 days rest. That doesn't make me
10
feel
days
better
rest, yeah.
about the situation that they've had extra rest. But they are dealing with injuries. I'm sure we'll get into it. But they're missing their best slot receiver.
yeah. So Jaden, we can go through them right now.
Yeah, I sent you the practice thing today. It's in your DMs.
Yeah, I got it right here too. But Batonio again. This is getting to be an issue, maybe here.
Which I think, apropos for people who listen to Browns Film Breakdown, Jake's mentioned it earlier, that we need to see what they have in some of their backups. And I didn't feel they would ever pull their guards, but if their guards get hurt, we'll see it organically. So we might get to see it organically if Joel was unable to go.
Yeah, Joel,
the Jenkins situation.
With another DMP today, and it's not a veteran resting; it's his back.
Yeah.
Which has kind of come out of nowhere. You've got
anyone who's had back injuries, man. It takes all the fight out of you, all of it.
Yep,
you got nothing.
You've got a full participant in Corey Bojorquez, who is back. Now I do see
They worked out some
here
punters.
DeAndre Carter, limited participant, still in concussion protocol, but that means he could be back, I guess.
Yeah. I'll try to hold back my excitement.
Yeah, let me calm down. Um, Collins had a veteran day off, and then he's fine.
Yeah, he's played out of his mind, by the way.
By the way, yes,
Yeah.
he is like he's got to be one of the strongest dudes. Like he wins with his hands at the point of attack, like every time. Just throws dudes.
Yeah.
With his swim move and hands, swipes and whatnot. It's pretty impressive. Conklin still limited with the elbow.
I saw him.
Play?
I saw him working out today. It didn't look comfortable, man. He's not moving well. I was hopeful going into it. It's like, all right, man, you've had 2 weeks now, because when I look at the changes that I think you make first before you start throwing in rookie quarterbacks, I think you need to kind of change this lineup and try to get your best 5 on the field, whatever that looks like. And if Conklin was healthy, it gives you more flexibility to get DeWanda out of there if it goes south quick. But I don't know. He wasn't moving well.
Not great news.
Didn't look good to me.
Mike Hall, a DMP.
Also very discouraging that he went from full to limited.
Yeah. Do you want maybe they give him a day off because he's going to play? Could that be it?
Yeah, they had him on a bike. So he was still moving around. He's like, but
okay.
And the difference is, we're talking about a guy who was a candidate to be IR'd and then or stay on the pup and missed 4 games. And when they activated him for the active roster, it was like, okay, they don't anticipate him missing more than 2 games really, because why wouldn't you just IR him at that point? So here we are, game 3. I was fully expecting to see him this week, and I'm still trying to remain hopeful that he is. But him going from full to limited does kind of make me question that.
It could be I'm just throwing it out there. It could be like a day off to get right.
The calm before the storm.
I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to think positive there.
Yeah, I do. That would be great. I'm not. It's just when you follow the linear progression of like how, especially for young guys, they don't get those veteran days off. But if they are getting ready for his ramp up, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow if he's a full. I'll feel better about that.
Kramer doesn't understand why the team is so secretive. It obviously has. Well, it has translated into wins. It's not act like they haven't won games. They went to the playoffs twice in their.
No, but I get where it's frustrating as a fan or someone who covers the team through the media but it doesn't behoove them to give you answers that they don't want out there. Like
they don't want their team to know.
Yeah, no, I get it, but it is frustrating if you're a fan because you want to know and they're all tight-lipped about stuff. That is frustrating, but like it's at the end of the day, it is for the better of the team.
It is
to not have a lot of information out there that you don't have to have out there.
The way you should. Ultimately, the way you want your head coach to handle things with the press is to be tight-lipped about as much as he can be. I know it's annoying. Kramer, you say it doesn't translate into wins. That's fine, but it's you believe the fans deserve it. That's not how it works. It's
defensive coordinators watch press conferences too, and
it's a competitive advantage thing.
Yeah, I've always compared it to they treat us like mushrooms. They keep us in the dark and they just feed us shit. That's But it also what it does do is it leads to speculation because that's what we have. That's what we have to go on.
Right.
And then past actions, and you try to base it off like, they treated this situation like this. And you try to extrapolate and think that that's how they're going to treat things going forward. And it's not always right, though.
Green Bay, Denzel. So Denzel, weird with the cramping. No.
Yeah, super weird.
Have you seen somebody miss a whole game because of cramping? Like, I mean, it wasn't
I mean, if it's
even.
severe enough, yeah. I mean, I've seen in college, I saw someone completely crash out from cramps, and they had to call
Yeah,
squad and all that, and muscles were bulging out of place. It was alarming. I don't assume that's what was happening to him though, but
yeah, I get like your whole body can cramp to into a way
yeah,
that's
get this
like,
man some bananas stat. Like, let's figure this out. Some
yeah,
IV this dude and get him back for after halftime or something. But
yeah, that was peculiar. I thought, and then played it very coy when he was asked about it all.
and then Dewan handled his really weird too.
Yeah,
His wasn't
yeah,
cramps, but his was heat related, according to Stefanski. And he
well,
was like, no.
yeah, that was supposedly precautionary, because of the heat, and he's had issues with the heat before, so
Yeah.
I don't really care about that. If he needs to take 10 saps off a game, he's a big boy. That's fine. Whatever. Do what you got to do.
Mhm.
The thing that I was more worried about is like, why is our top corner missing the entire
Because he was gone, and then he came back, and then
game
he was gone, and it was out. Like, that was it. We didn't see him again.
because of cramps?
And we did see Cam Mitchell in his place.
Who was putrid?
Yeah.
Gave
I was going
up
to say horrendous, but putrid fits perfectly.
3 touchdowns.
Yeah. All three were credited to him. That is true. That is true.
One was Harden.
Yep.
Slot
And
J.
Newsom, but the Newsom one, like, dude, D Hop made a D Hop play. He made like a 2016 D Hop play. Like, I can't. What do you want me to do?
Nothing you can do about
That
that.
dude was out. Like, props to you, man. Good
Yeah.
play. Every now and again, that will happen when you're playing someone like that. Same thing could happen to Devontae Adams. Like, those dudes can pull those plays out. But like, yeah, man. Yeah, it was week one. The cornerback depth didn't affect us, and we felt better about the position, the situation. And then in week two, that ended rather quickly.
I would take Buster Screen all day right now. Buster at least played hard.
Yeah, he gets you some PIs, but he was feisty. He was in the mix. He was in the frame of the picture when the pass would be caught, at least.
Yeah. Zane Anderson, knee, full project. We don't need to. Aaron. So the highlights here are this Jaden Reed is out.
Mhm.
Now, I saw in the chat earlier somebody say something about Tucker Kraft. He did get hurt at practice, but it sounds like he's going to play.
Well, it sounds like how he feels tomorrow dictates whether he plays.
Okay, so
They're scanning it to evaluate if it's serious or not, but there is hope that he'll feel better tomorrow. And then
yeah, the last
he's
thing I
he's
read,
awesome, dude. He's a weapon. Like,
yeah,
I'd say another name on that list to watch is Zach Tom. They're starting right tackle.
Yeah, limited with an oblique.
Yeah, that's one to watch.
Yeah, that's one to watch for sure. But yeah, I think everybody else will play. They got Jacobs with a ankle limited.
They don't have much behind him. They drafted Marshawn Lloyd out of USC, both USCs, Southern Cal and South Carolina, and he got hurt early in the season. Now he's a reserve. So this is something to keep an eye on for all you Pierre Strong fans. He's on their practice squad, and there is a chance. Yeah, there is. They're plucking. We should talk about that. They're kind of trying to pluck us. You know what I mean? For their practice squad. If you look at the guys who got tryouts this week for the Packers, a lot of ex-Browns coming in there.
Really?
For whatever reason.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the Kraft thing. The last thing I read made it sound, I guess, less.
Yeah, someone else came out and just said, "Hey, there's a chance he does play, but it all hinges on tomorrow for him." You know.
Yeah, I bet he plays.
If you just look at the way they're constructed offensively, because it is truly they can spread it out. They throw the ball all over the place. They don't have like wide receiver wise, they don't have a number one target, but it's pretty even. You know, I know they drafted Golden to be that guy, but he's not there yet. Although they will take shots with him. He stretches the field, and they do take shots with him. But Tucker Kraft seems to be the focal point of the passing game for me. So that's a big one.
Yeah, it is a big one, but Initially, I thought it sounded they made it sound like he was
Oh,
out.
it was like his season could be over. The things I
Yeah,
read first.
yeah.
Yeah,
But the
then it
latest,
lessened.
yeah, the latest news is that he seems like he's gonna be okay, or he's optimistic. Or was like the last thing I read, or whatever. So we'll see how that plays out. Um, Either way, the reason that I feel better about this
Mhm.
game, it's not divisional. They don't know us like the Ravens know us. So, despite them having a very similar schematic defense, you're going to see a lot of the same stuff, same pressure, dropping guys in coverage. They play more zone than anybody,
Mhm.
right? Not anybody. They were ninth in zone last year. They're over 70% zone team on defensive line. They want they want eyes on the quarterback is like their whole coaching thing, right? Like from their corners. Because they want to make plays on the ball. Um and it's interesting, I wrote about this earlier this week, but so Micah Parsons, this isn't why I feel, but this is just an interesting talking point. This isn't why I feel like the Browns are going to win, but it's interesting. Micah Parsons has not played has played in their base package, right?
Mhm.
They switched to the 4-3 when what's his name, Hafley,
Jeff Hapley.
Hafley, when he showed up, right?
Mhm.
So they're 4-3 now, and in their base, they've played 23 snaps over 2 weeks. So no, it's about normal, right? Not much. He played 7 of those, which is 30%. So they don't use him in their base defense, right? He has played in their nickel, or what they call their cheetah defense, right? Um, the majority of the time, 70% of those snaps he's played. But because of the Browns' high usage of 12 personnel, they would typically match that with their base
Mhm.
defense. So I read a guy from covering the Packers, say this will kind of be like the unboxing of how they intend to use him in their base defense, because they haven't really had to yet. He's only
Yeah.
played 7 snaps in base. Are they going to use him in a linebacker role like he did in Dallas? Are they going to
Mhm.
use him as an edge still? Are they just going to move him around? I mean, because they haven't really had to tip their hand as far as that goes. The Browns run enough 12 personnel and they're forced to play into a ton of base, then they're going to have to, I doubt they just leave him off the field. That'd be great, but
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
unlikely.
Please. Yeah.
Unlikely. Or maybe they just go nickel anyways against the base, against
Unless you
12
have start to have
personnel.
success, and then maybe you can force their hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's something to keep an eye on because they haven't done it, 30%, not very much, 7 snaps. They
Mhm.
haven't had to really commit to anything schematically with him as far in their base. So if the Browns try to go heavy and play in heavy personnel and force them to play from, a base package more than they have, then they're going to have to make some decisions on how they want to deploy him. And I'm sure they've gone through that this week. So,
Oh yeah.
um, it's something to watch though. Um, and I thought it was an interesting talking point as far as Parsons.
Yeah. The less Micah, the better. Like there's
Yeah.
like whatever you
Yep.
can do to get that guy on the sidelines, I'm cool with. Although I'll say this about their defense when I'm going over studying and looking at their defense, filled with dudes I loved in the draft. Even my day 2, day 3, they just keep finding guys, man. Like Carl Brooks, Kingsley and Ngabare. Like there's all kinds of either even their backups. They put together a unit over there, man.
Yeah. The guys in the chat are talking about Hall. Um, Yeah,
Mhm.
Case mentioned earlier he was on the bike.
Yep.
Yeah, so
The Tour de Berea.
yeah, we'll see what happens there.
Dude, I pray you're right. I hope that is a possibility. Is they wanted to give him an off day before they go into the ramp up period.
Could it's just a thought. I mean, it's probably unlikely. I'm probably just trying to be
You know,
optimistic.
wish casting, but look, man, I this this defensive front has been able to get after it, and if you add someone like him to that mix, you know,
Yeah.
because I think that's your biggest weapon. Your biggest weapon in this game is speeding up Love. You know,
100%.
because he'll take shots, man. He will throw that ball deep. He will hold on over 3 seconds time to throw. Like that's you get home. Like that's it. Just cause ruckus, get him off his spot, get him off his clock, speed everything up.
That's their that's their offense. They want to push it like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like
Yeah.
they want to go down the field.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Wicks,
so
Dubs, Golden. They like to
yeah,
stretch it, man.
they do. And so with that in mind, we need a Denzel Ward that's not going to be cramping up 100%. All right, so the reason I feel better is this, like, so people are going to roll their eyes at this, but traditionally, before last year, before the 3-14 year, which is to me, there were
A
a lot of
throwaway year.
factors.
People keep trying to connect like we're on a 9 game losing streak. Like, dude, they were starting DTR and Bailey Zappi, bro. Okay, I'm not going to conflate
And
that
what?
and bring that
And
into
four.
this.
And so yeah, and yeah, four. The Stefanski had a tremendous record after losses before that.
Mhm.
Um, and he's still like 25 and is still good, like 25-16 or something like that, even after all those losses in a row last year.
Yeah.
So, and so my thought is that, you know, you're out of the division. You just saw a division team that put the clamps on your offense. And in the past, in these kind of situations, he has been able to pivot and find a way to get a huge win when you need one. Um, there's you can go to his first ever coaching game here. They got the doors
Boat raced.
blown off them by the
Mhm.
Ravens, right? Turning around and beat Pittsburgh, right, or whatever, or vice versa, whatever it was. And then in past years, you know, they've lost a big game and come back and won one, and he's you know in a game that where the offense looked as with Flacco out there as bad in the passing game as
Mhm.
they did.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine them not going to work this week and finding some tendency breaking stuff that works and gives them a chance. I can't imagine
Tendency
them.
breakers finding ways to use Green Bay's momentum against them, things that they think they can count on, and kind of dial it up to take advantage of certain looks. Yeah, I mean, dude, and Stefanski's been really good at home too,
At
traditionally.
home.
You know what I mean? So
Um,
I mean, look, there weren't many people who were predicting wins going into Baltimore, but it seems like every coming out of that game, everyone's like, all right, blow it all up, punt on the season, all these things, and it's like, yeah, I mean, you just. And the reality is, like, and I've said this earlier this week, is if I look at the NFL landscape, I see like four legit Super Bowl contending teams right now. It's Buffalo, it's Baltimore, it's Green Bay, and it's the Philadelphia Eagles. That's the way I see the league right now today. Unfortunately, you're going from one to the other. You're going from one legit Super Bowl contender to another. You know, but you can't turn in those type of performances. You can't go out there and get your doors just blown off. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's got to be all hands on deck, man. You can't be losing like that.
yeah, I don't. I just I expect them to respond in a way they should play with desperation this week. And if not, then we're in a lot worse shape than I thought. You know what I mean? If
Yeah,
this team doesn't come out and
100%.
play with desperation, um, so yeah, it's kind of a trap spot for them too, a little bit, right? After their first
Mhm.
both teams played divisional games first 2 weeks. They go on the road to play the Browns, who are 0-2. It's a little bit of a trap spot. Um, so I just I strangely have a good feeling about it. Like I just weirdly have a good feeling that we're going to get a better performance from the offense. I think you get a Quinshawn that is somewhat acclimated and
Mhm.
that you can kind of lean on a little bit more. Not that he's all the way there, but I
No, but that's
mean,
the end game, right? To run the offense through him
right. So,
and let things build off
um,
that.
can you win there some enough to slow down the pass rush a little bit? And that's about it. Any news on the corner we signed? Said DeAndre. You're talking about Trey Avery. He is a UDFA. He's 28 years old. They got the guys they signed to the practice squad were 29, 28, and 29.
Yeah.
Um, he's a UDFA who made his way onto the Titans roster. Probably would have had to have been in the Vrabel era. As a UDFA guy, he played 2 years, like 18 games, something like that. So he contributed, but he wasn't like anything
No,
great.
he's not a star. He's not going to turn the whole
No,
ship around.
no.
But you got to keep swinging. You got to solidify your depth.
Well, the guy they cut was Lamarian James.
Yes, and I hope that he makes
Unfortunate.
his way back at some point. To them on the practice squad in some form or fashion.
I mean, I would be fine with them bringing Dom Jones up,
Mhm.
and giving him. I mean, what they're getting from Mitchell is just hot garbage at
Yeah,
this point.
unacceptable is unacceptable, and at some point you have to draw a line. And I don't give a shit what round he was drafted in, or what he looked like as a rookie. That doesn't matter in year 3. Like you need to start to see it come together, and it's a liability, man.
And it's
And that
one
tape's out
thing.
there, brother. That tape is out there. You don't think he's
It's
gonna get
out
picked on
there.
if he steps foot on the field? There's going to be an alert if he's on the field.
It's
That
an
changes
alert.
everything.
Teams are trying to pick on Harden, and
He's fighting back.
he's been okay,
Yeah,
except for that slot. They had to run it
yeah,
5 times during the game to beat him, but
yeah. They finally got it. Yeah,
they got it. And, he lined up with inside leverage with no outside help. I always thought they were in quarters or something the way he was lined up, and no, there's nobody there.
Mm-mm.
Nobody there.
Nope. Had the whole
Um,
sideline to himself, man.
yeah. So,
Got vertical quick.
you
Nothing
can't
on the
make
back end.
that mistake though. He's got to
Mhm.
force him inside there or
No, but
play
he's
it
had
that way.
significantly less playing time than Mitchell. Like this is more being.
Overall,
Yeah, this is being more thrown in the fire, and he's responding at least.
he has done much better this year.
Mhm.
He comes in and tackles, and he has been good at times in coverage. I mean, not
He's
he's
had some
held
moments at
up.
the catch point. He's had some
He's held
moments.
up. Yeah. He's covered guys well enough
Yeah.
to,
For me
get
not to
off the
be out on
field.
him. He's
Yeah,
doing well enough for
yeah.
me not to be
Yeah.
like, keep working,
It's
kid.
like, okay, keep on
Keep working.
working. Yeah.
Learn from your mistakes. But
Yeah.
I can't keep going down this road with Mitchell, man. You can't keep shooting yourself in the foot.
In the salon, in the slot, you mean, Jeffrey? They have so Delpit, Jenkins some, but Delpit has been in the slot
Mhm.
plenty. It's basically a combination of him and
Harden.
Harden, who's played in the slot. So when they are heavier personnel, and even sometimes when they're not, they're putting Delpa into coverage against wide receivers a lot.
Mhm.
At least week 1 too.
And I did not see that as a thing on my bingo
No,
card, but
he's done fine.
yeah, he's
So
very versatile, man.
yeah, he is a tremendous player, and they need to use him as. Basically, they're leaning on their guys as much as they can in those situations because they're tight on the back end. So
I,
if
I
they
will,
have to go to Delpit, they go to Delpit because he can cover
yeah.
somebody.
And Jim's still dialing. I mean, they're in cover 1 46% of the time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
not
So
even
they
close. The rest of the league, nobody else is in the 40s.
38 for the Commanders, maybe is the
Maybe.
next.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing man, boys. Like
Yeah.
man up.
Straight up in a
And then you
league
just pick the worst
where
guy on the field and pick on them. That's what you do in those situations when they come out and cover 1.
cover 2 is taken over.
Oh yeah, look at that. That graph was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
When I was looking, I was like, wow.
Where
And the
everybody
Browns play
is.
some cover 2.
They do
Some, not
some, but it's often inverted cover 2, and
true.
it's they do the. But the rest of the league is like we're keeping everything in front of us, working down the field, and the Browns are still manning up on every play. It's wild. The Eagles do it a good amount. The Ravens do it a good amount. You said Washington was high on
Yeah.
the. I think the Chargers do too. Some. But yeah, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but I do think that. I mean, what do you schematically? What do you? Where do you go with this offensive line? Are you just at the point? Like the question out there is like, are they just cooked? Is this
Yeah,
offensive
and
line
that's a very
cooked?
real possibility, right? That they've aged out and they can no longer run Stefanski's scheme the way he wants it. And when you think about when you really think about like running the ball in wide zone, it's about moving horizontally. It's about creating space and then vertical displacement to create cutback lanes. And they're not getting that. They're not athletic enough to get into the space, and then they're not getting the push when they get to that point of attack. And the way I explained it on Sports for CLE is like they don't have any nasty in them now. They did. There was a point when they were nasty and they would come out just barreling at you, man, and put you on your heels, and you just don't see that. It's well, I don't know. That's the reason I want to see a little shakeup. I want to see if you can put some different permutations out there and see if you can get a better mix, and really, because that's what you're going to have to do, man. You got to run the fucking football. Like this team is constructed. This is the way they're going to have to win. They're going to have to run the ball early. They're going to have to bleed the clock. They're going to have to take the air out of the ball and create, because when we talk about play action, you can run play action without a crazy successful running game. You can't run any bootlegs without a crazy success. They really have to buy in and suck down on the defense and create those big plays, and they're not even there. And then I have a concern. Even if they were able to execute that successfully, can Joe do that now? He couldn't week 2. Now I'll say this: he didn't look like that week 1 to me. Week 2, he looked like Frankenstein, bro. And look, man, I'm 46. I'm older than Joe Flacco, so here I am throwing stones. You might wake up
No,
one day and just be stiff, like
he's quarterback of your football team. It's totally different.
I don't know what I'm saying though. Like, but when you're that age, you're not going to. So there's going to be days where you're just not as good of an athlete as you would be another day. So maybe that's just a bad day because he didn't look like that week 1. Like that was a different version physically. But if that version shows up physically again, then you start to have a very tough conversation.
What?
That it's too early to have. You don't want to be having that in week 2 and week 3.
I mean, if you had, there's a lot of smoke around. To answer your question, Jeffrey, I have not. I saw one article that was out there about the Eagles in Denzel Ward, but I have not seen anything else. I do not think the Browns would.
No, I don't. I do not believe so either.
The question about the quarterback, it's out there. There's smoke around it. Do you want to see? A lot of people are like, "I'm ready. I'm ready to see." It's just like I don't.
I can't
How
make
can you
those
put
decisions
him in?
based on what happened in Baltimore. You're playing the Baltimore Ravens. You got your doors blown off. That's a very, very good football team. Now, if that happens against a team that you expect, like literally Vegas expects you to beat, and you go and you can't do, like, okay, but like you weren't picking them to win anyway. So yeah, it looked bad. It got bad. It was the Ravens are a damn good team. Sometimes you get your doors blown off by a very good team. That happened, but I'm not going to make crazy ass decisions based on that.
What if? Is there a what's your timeline for this? Because we kind of been
Mhm.
me and Jacob have been pointing to week 7.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the most logical. It's the softest landing. You're also not trying to ruin a young prospect. You know what I mean by just throwing him into a buzzsaw because and everybody's like, well, he can at least move. The plan can't be run for your life, young man. That can't be the plan. You have to have a better plan in place than that. But to me, the equation's super simple, man. As long as Flacco gives you the best chance to win, he's your guy. The second that is no longer the case, then you go to the next option. Or if it no longer behooves you to win games, when it gets to the point where like winning games isn't the best option for you, then you put out DTR and Bailey Zappi. Like we've been here, right? And
Yeah.
it's 2 weeks. We're not there, man. Everybody wants to speed run this shit. Do you want to ruin this kid? I don't.
no,
I don't want to ruin either
I,
one of them, dude.
I'm with you. And the honest truth is, you're not gonna. It's very unlikely that exactly what these guys are at the end of the year. Like, I know a lot of people are like, you got to play him now. You got to find out about him. Got to find out about him. You only have this year to find out because you have the draft picks.
They're still under
I've
contract, so they'll be under contract next
I've
year.
just kind of assigned the idea that they're going to take a quarterback with that pick next year.
Yeah,
And
I'm assuming it until they don't do it.
yes, and the only way that you're deterred off of that is by some dream performance that I just don't. It's not gonna happen in this situation, like right now. That's You're not setting a guy up for success. It's just not there. So I mean, is it possible that Joe is bad enough that we get there before week 7? It's possible. If
Yeah,
he
I look
looks
at
like
if you're
that,
going to do it earlier, I look at the London game.
yeah,
But then again, it's like, oh, you want to throw this kid to Brian Flores, who has more blitz packages than any dude
I
in the
know,
NFL, and he's got a
I know,
like that isn't fair either. Like, there's no,
I know.
no, no. It's and like the NFL did you zero favors scheduling the way you did. Like those first 6 games are murder. And I'm not even high on Pittsburgh, but going to Pittsburgh sucks. We can all admit this. Like we've had enough. We've seen this
With
movie
them
enough.
coming off of the bye,
Yeah, we've seen this movie enough. Like I don't know if that's the move either. So
yeah,
I'd say 7 is unless Joe really picks it up, probably week 7.
yeah. That's where I kind of remain like just. And you owe it to the veterans too. Like, you
To give
can't.
it the best shot you got, man.
If it becomes evident that like Joe can't move anymore at all, if he continues to look like he did a little bit in that game, and you're like, maybe Gabriel gives us a better chance to win,
Or Joe
then
can't protect himself.
right.
We're saving a life at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then we'll have that conversation, and that could come. I mean, I'm not ruling that out of
No.
the possibilities here, but your plan should be to try to win and compete until you get to a certain point of the season.
Yes. And it's such a week to week proposition. Joe didn't look like that. Joe didn't look bad at all week 1.
No,
We
he
were
looked
coming out
great.
week 1 saying we got to play the rookie now, and then like it did look bad. Like I said, his internal clock was off. He looked panicked. He couldn't escape. He made some very bad decisions. You know what I mean? Like I get it. He played terrible. I'm not trying to say he has to be better than that. If he's not better than that, then you have to move on. But are you making decisions based off playing the very best teams in the league and being like it's not there? You can't look like you looked last week. That's my answer to Joe Flacco, and I don't think you will. I think they'll have this schemed up. I think they'll have answers for him. I think they'll get because the quick game was working, and they owned the intermediate against the Bengals. The problem was they couldn't get past the shallows against Baltimore because Baltimore was sitting on everything, and they couldn't even get to the intermediate. So
You,
it didn't look the same.
you know, Green Bay hasn't given up an explosive all year. So in 2 weeks, they haven't given up an explosive play on defense.
Yeah.
That's what they're geared around, right? Like they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna keep it in front of them, and they're gonna play and let their front four get home.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna do the same thing the Ravens did as far as the front. They're gonna show some pressure.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna drop out of one side of it. They're gonna try to manipulate you. I just think that knowing what we saw last week, that Stefanski, being the honk that I am, and you guys can hate on me for that, for liking him, I do think he is smart enough to come away with that, learning some things about his team. Like, I just seen him in the past be able to make the adjustments
Yeah.
that, like, from week one, you wouldn't feel like you necessarily needed to make because you had 22 first downs and you're moving the ball up and down the
Mm-hmm.
field. And what that should have been sobering, what the Ravens did to you, and
Yeah.
open some eyes about what you're doing on offense. And okay, tendency breaking stuff. We're playing against a
Mm-hmm.
team that's going to be in a lot of zone. Joe can take the wins in zone and move the ball up and down the field
Mm-hmm.
if we can give him enough time.
Yeah, then it
We
becomes
can,
about your playmakers breaking tackles and extending
yeah.
plays and getting and you. I think you feel better about what you have in that with Dylan Sampson.
Can we have wide receivers catch the ball,
Yeah, please,
please, this
please, and
week?
thank you.
Can Jerry Judy be that? If you want to be that guy, Jerry, that you're talking like all the time, catch the ball, make plays, like
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Well, that's the frustrating part with the wide receivers is it's not like we just watch Browns games and we're like, well, it didn't happen for them today. We watch other games in the league and then you see these receivers make shit happen.
Just
Like
fly through the
they
air.
they
Just,
take bad balls and turn them into good balls based on
yes.
their just make shit happen. Go attack it, attack the football. And so,
Yeah.
like that's where it's like, that doesn't happen. If it's not a
That's
perfectly thrown ball, it's over. Like,
exactly. That's where you're like, I need that. I
go
need
make a
somebody
play.
to do that.
Go
Go
bail
get
them
the
out. Go do
ball.
the thing, man. Yeah.
Um,
Go be
which I thought
undeniable out there.
Tillman was. I thought was on his. Had a good first week. He was physical at the
Mm-hmm.
top of his stem of his routes. But then, the Ravens gave him a dose of his own medicine in week 2.
Mm-hmm.
They got away with a lot of grabbing and holding,
Physical.
and
It was physical.
it was physical.
But
They
you got to
got
be able to
away
do
with
that
it.
right back. You
But
have to be able to answer it because you got to play that team again. By the way, like
right.
forget what Green Bay's going to do. You don't have to see Baltimore, and they and then also the thing is you put that on tape. That tape, everyone has that tape now. So there's a blueprint for how to. You got to figure out how to combat that, or that'll just keep happening. Be Groundhog Day out there.
Zook, I mean, I'll say this. There was guys, I guess, underneath. There was just in watching Jake's breakdown. Did you watch the offense?
I watch the offense.
There just wasn't there just wasn't enough answers.
You said it perfectly earlier. The first reads were gone, and there wasn't time. There was not time beyond the first read
to
based
get
on the
to
way the line
anything
was
else,
playing, dude. It was
right?
assault.
Yeah.
Like Baltimore was studied up. The coaching staff got out schemed. Period. They knew what was coming.
Outcoached.
They were ready for it, and the guys up front got after it. And Joe couldn't get through more than one read, and he was panicked, man. Like they panicked him, dude. They did that to him.
It was all in breakers. It was all, and they were just sitting on everything.
Yep.
And like you said, they just couldn't get. He couldn't get to the answers if they were there, and there wasn't a lot there. You know what I mean? Because you sometimes you watch him go through those, and you're like, there's an answer. Why didn't we get there? Why? And you're like, it's the quarterback, right? You know what I mean? He's got to be able to get to that. It wasn't that. It was like, well, Joe's slower than usual,
Mhm.
but he's also under siege right away
Right away.
because they literally figured out how to manipulate. I mean, it was overload one side, they shift, we drop somebody, free runner. I mean, they had you out schemed up front, in the middle, and in the back. Like
Mhm.
it was a thorough ass kicking. Um, but that's why I guess I feel better. Like coming out of that, like that there will be
There
tendency
has to
breaking
be. There
stuff.
has
There
to
will
be
be
an
answers
answer.
beyond that. Another page of the playbook. I've just seen Kevin very rarely have two games like that in a row.
Yeah, we haven't.
Yeah.
Unless we're
So
literally unless we're intentionally tanking at the end of a season.
or Watson was
Which
playing.
I don't.
Oop,
Yeah,
oop.
let's not go down that road.
Four was playing, and he
Yeah,
couldn't get to any of the
yeah. He didn't know what he's
offense.
looking at, so I don't even want
Yeah,
to. Joe
um,
knows what he's looking at.
he does. So that's where we're at. We're up at the hour mark. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Make sure you smash that like button, um, and the subscribe button, as we're actually really close to 10K here at Brown's Fun Breakdown. So 9.8. Need to get to that 10K number. Thursday night football tonight.
Hmm?
I have a nice. It's out there on social. I posted it. We have a nice parlay.
Where would
We
they find
split
that, Brad? On social media.
at Brown's Film Breakdown,
Wow.
at Brown's Film BDN on Twitter. On it's actually up on the IG as well, Instagram, and on Brown's Film Breakdown TikTok as well. It's up on all of them. But I'm going to give it to you guys now. In case you want to play, in case you're feeling froggy, tell me what you think. Did you see it?
Yep.
What'd you think?
I mean, it looks like all pretty likely, pretty Bills heavy, and they're
It's got to be Bills heavy. How
I, mean,
bad has the
I don't know
Dolphins
what,
been?
like I know what we just sat through on week two, but like what Dolphins fans must be going through right
Been
now.
worse.
It looks like their
Yeah.
head coach is trying to quit. I guess there's a lot of weird stuff happening for Miami
Yeah.
right now.
So
The vibes are atrocious.
here's the Browns Film Breakdown at Browns Film BDN on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. FanDuel parlay for Thursday night football. 6 legs. Now there's a 50% boost, right? So, but I went with Josh Allen, 2 passing touchdowns. I'm taking the Bills minus the 11.5. That's the number. The number. I'm taking it. Laying the not taking it. I'm laying the minus 11.5. I'm taking an alt of 250 passing yards for Josh Allen. The real number is like 238 and
Mhm.
a half. But just bumped it up to 250. Give me a James Cook anytime touchdown. I feel really good about that. Josh Allen 30 plus rushing yards. Psh, piece of cake,
That's a
right?
run. He gets loose for one. He
One
ain't
run.
sliding, bro.
Yeah. And James Cook over 87.5 rushing and receiving, which he's gone over like 4 games in a row.
Yeah, that's the only one that I was like, okay, it's going to take some work, but they run through him like he's their
Yeah.
primary back, and they throw him screens. So
He
that's
was just to give you the numbers, what was he at? James Cook.
and I didn't know he'd done it 4 games in a row,
I
too.
think. Sorry, 3 in a row. So 135 rushing receiving last week.
Mm-hmm.
102 week 1 versus Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Rushing receiving. And then week 21, which would have been the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buffalo versus Kansas City, 134 rushing, receiving. So, and it's 88.5 tonight.
Yeah, and Thursdays are wonky, but this
There.
game's in Buffalo,
Yeah.
and it very much favors whoever the home team is, and they're already
Yep.
superior to Miami. So
I
yeah,
like that 6 legs. You know, I especially like the. I mean, if you were feeling, if you wanted to water it down a little, you could even go with like the 30 rush yards, the anytime touchdown, and the spread, and there's a 50% boost out there, so you can make yourself 10.
take advantage of that.
This one, $10 wins you 310. So on this one, so that's our FanDuel parlay of the night. Jeff Tucker, what are you talking about Pornhub for? Smash was a little aggressive. Oh, yeah, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button.
Smash the Packers.
Smash.
A lot of smashing going
Packers. Casey, you're growing up. What? To look like a guy from Metallica.
I don't know if that's an insult or not.
What?
Who am I looking like? I got told MC said hatless Case looks weird.
Nah.
He didn't say that tonight. He said that last night, but
look good, Case.
Pochick
could be looking, or Pat could be looking past us for primetime with Dallas. Who knows? Yeah, I didn't know they had a primetime game next, so that's good to know. Yeah, I'm with you, DeAndre. Don't care how. I do care how, but a win would go so far.
Yeah. I have a prediction, and I don't know if this has ever happened in NFL history. I think all 3 rookie skill players score touchdowns on Sunday. I think Sampson, Judkins, and Fannin all get in the end zone. I don't know if that's ever happened for a team where 3 rookies all score touchdowns the same day.
That would be a massive deal around the league.
They've already done something for Sampson and Fannin for their first 2 games. No 2 rookies on the same team have had that many yards through 2 games.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff.
That would be.
I'm assuming you're talking about the lead singer.
What's his name?
James Hetfield. I'm assuming. I don't know. I can't sing, though, but I like Metallica.
As we come up on the hour and 8 mark, let's pivot. We discussed this. You like the Browns. I like them because Casey's going to be there. Good record.
Buddy.
Good record.
Yeah, it's good. It's solid. It's a solid-ass record considering I've been fan through a lot of shitty years. And
yeah, you bring us home a win.
Yes, sir. Will do.
All right. Lot of new TV coming out. Some movies. You watch anything new?
I didn't watch anything new this week. I got sucked into watching some stuff with my daughter, some old stuff, some comfort food. You know what I mean? Comfort TV. I didn't get to watch Peacemaker this week, so I'm getting super behind. So I got to make that happen, man. I can't afford to get behind on it.
Chat, what are you watching? When is? I think it might be tonight. Is tonight the night that Black Rabbit comes out?
Black Rabbit on Netflix
Tonight?
Yeah, and I watched the thing on it now. Like I watched the behind the scenes thing with Jason Bateman. I'm all the way in, dude.
I'm into it.
It looks wild.
Wait.
And we don't get to see Bateman play this role. He's always the in control guy, the straight. That is not what's happening. That is not what's happening here, dude.
He's crazy, right?
Yeah, I'm in.
Wait.
I am in.
Yeah. World's Fastest said he's hooked to Peacemaker.
I get it. I get
You
it,
guys are gonna have to talk me into this
dude. You
thing.
gotta. It's dude. John Cena. He's so good at it.
John Cena. Dude, how about the guy on so somebody on the national broadcast was talking, is Cena fighting somebody?
He's wrestling. Yeah, he's got one more wrestling match left, or one like main event left, I think, and he's retiring from wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, if you're acting, why are you still wrestling? Go be a real actor.
Yeah, he's wrapping it up. I
Yeah.
think he understands. He doesn't move well. You see it. You can see it when he walks. His battle scars are starting to show. Man, that man's been in some wars. So
I hate World's Fest says he hates Cena and other stuff,
I don't. I think he has like a train wreck.
but
I
he
think he has
is
a good sense of
just
humor, man.
odd enough to pull off this odd
Yes.
comedy. It's a
Yeah.
comedy?
Yeah. He's hilarious. It's hilarious, dude. I mean, it's. I wouldn't say that was the first word of it, like it, but if you were, but like there's
It's like
hilarious half
a
moments, man, and he
drama
sells it.
comedy. Is it a
I don't know if I'd say drama. It's a wild ride. It's just a wild
action
ride, man. Hmm?
action comedy?
Action comedy. That's way more apropos. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like, but anyways, this guy on, I heard this was it was on 92.3 the other morning. Ken was talking about it, and he was like, somebody on the national broadcast was talking about Cena's fight. What's his name? It was Fowler, on
Chris
ESPN.
Fowler.
Yeah, and he
Yeah,
called him.
they did the second game of the Monday night.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And so they were talking about the fight, and he called him Senna
Did he?
or
I see.
Cena.
I didn't hear
And
that. That'd been hilarious.
anyways, he messed it up, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Is it possible that this guy doesn't know who John Cena is?"
It's possible. Yeah. Yeah. If you don't pay attention to wrestling, dude, that's just another name.
But I don't pay any
I
attention
know,
to wrestling, and I
but
know
he's
who
done enough
John
stuff
Cena
outside of
is.
it. You know
Right.
that. Yeah,
That's my
you'd
point.
think that he'd be like in the zeitgeist, and you would be able to. Dude, I had a kid at work convinced I didn't know who John Cena was. I had this for years because his whole thing is you can't see me. So every time I would pop up like, who is that? And he was a huge wrestling fan. He gets so mad at me, but I stuck to the bit for years, dude. I committed to the bit because I worked at a movie theater. He was in shit that was in the theater all the time. That was so. William Fallow, if you're listening to this will be the first time you've ever heard it uttered. I know who John Cena is. I know damn
Obviously,
well who he is. But I
that
kept it
is
going,
very
man.
funny.
I'm that guy. I'm ridiculous.
Jeff Tucker says, "Who? Michael Sarah?" Yeah. Who is also in some stuff I thought I saw coming out. Uh, he does his choice of film is strange, but will always be epic for Super Bad and
Yeah. He plays awkward so well.
Arrested Development. Yeah.
Yeah. With Jason Bateman as the straight guy.
Yeah. I mean Bateman's. I laugh at the Bateman
Yeah.
commercials.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I still recommend the movie Bad Words to anyone out there who hasn't seen it, who likes Jason Bateman. And he gets to hear him actually go for it.
That's right. But is it tonight though? It's the 18th, right?
I do believe so. Yeah, the 18th.
Oh man,
We're
I'm
here.
so psyched. I'm gonna watch
We're here.
it tonight. Yeah, I'm totally in.
You want to wait till it's halftime when Buffalo all your bets have hit before you do it.
Yeah, I'll cash out.
Wait till halftime.
Cash out. So yeah, that looks really good. Who's in it with him? Somebody else really good.
Jude Law is in that.
Did you hear they're making a Heat 2?
No, this is news to me.
This is news.
Who is making Heat 2? Because this is very important to me.
This is
Who's
crazy, right? So those of you I don't know how you guys feel about Heat, but Heat is one of my all-time favorite movies.
I love heist movies, and it's on the Mount Rushmore of heist movies.
It's on the Mount Rushmore, and it's the first time Pacino and De Niro,
They're all
although
filmed
they were
together
in The Godfather together, but they were not
on
in the
screen.
same
Yeah,
scene. So it was the
the
first time
diner
they're in the
scene.
same scene. It was epic, right?
Mhm.
And then it's got to be one of the best movie scenes of all times, with the shootout, right?
Mhm.
I mean, epic, right?
Broad daylight in Los Angeles, like the
Oh my
shit they pulled
god,
off to do that. Yeah, I
incredible.
believe that's a Michael Mann movie, right? And
Okay, here we go.
Val
I'm pulling it up.
Kilmer, John C. McGinley. There's a ton of heavy hitters in that
Val
movie, man.
Val Kilmer. So this is a prequel. Heat 2 is a prequel to the original. Okay?
Okay.
I have your interest now, huh?
Well, yeah,
All
I'm
right.
interested as you said they're making it. I just need to know who's making it so I can know if I can shoot.
I
Yeah,
believe
I,
Michael Mann is making it.
if I need to be super pumped about it or if it's like cash grab. Because the first
There
Heat,
it
man, that's like I
here
said, Mount Rushmore of heist movies, and I love heist movies.
here here it is. Okay, so been tracking this project for a few years. Michael Mann's long gestating Heat 2, a prequel to the 95 crime masterpiece, is very much happening. This weekend, I was tipped off. Major update: Heat 2. Long story short, for reasons I can't disclose. Uh, Whatever. It's greenlit. It's DiCaprio. It's. I'm trying to think of. They had it. Who plays each guy as the younger version of. So DiCaprio, who is 50 years old. Think about this.
Mhm.
He's 50. Will be playing the in. He can play 35, right? But
Yeah. So he's
he
young
will
De
be.
Niro then, right?
He's young De Niro, I
Hmm.
believe.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I'm in. I'm in.
yeah,
If it's
DiCaprio
Michael
is
Mann and it's DiCaprio, I don't even need anything else.
yeah. But
Take my
think
money.
about that. So De Niro, though, I read somewhere was 52 when he shot the movie. So how funny is that?
Wow.
DiCaprio is
Yeah.
50 playing the younger 52, um, which
I
is
saw
interesting.
that De Niro was 48 when he did Cape Fear, which is
Mm-hmm.
impressive. You think of the shape that dude got in for that movie at
Yeah.
48.
Yeah.
De Niro is one of the most dedicated to that craft of all time, man.
Yeah. Um, there are more. Okay, this is great. Listen to this. You had me first of all, you had me at DiCaprio, but
Mhm.
second of all, you really had me at Anna de Armas,
Mhm. I wonder. Mhm.
right? Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Austin
Yeah.
Butler and Adam Driver will be. I think Butler. Do you know who are they? I don't know them
You know who
well.
Austin Butler is?
I
He played
that name.
Elvis when they did that remake. Dude, he's a phenomenal actor.
Okay, so he is playing. Which one's the youngest one? Driver.
No, Driver's a little. He's older than Butler's the youngest of those three.
But so Butler will play Kilmer, and Driver is going to play
Okay.
uh,
Pacino.
Pacino.
I don't know. I don't know if I can see that. Well, I mean, obviously they have the reasons they casted him. So I mean, I'm going to see the movie. I've seen Driver in things that I like and things that I don't. I've went both ways watching him in films.
Dude.
But Austin Butler
And
is supremely talented. He'll be on a rocket ship before long, man. He's
yeah,
a lot of guys. He just did a movie with Tom Hardy, um, the bikers or something. Like he's he's legit, man. That's awesome.
dude, that's sick,
I don't know.
right?
Yeah,
Like
dude, I'm
now I'm
in.
like
Take my money.
totally excited for it. But like at first I was like, get out of here. That's insane. What are you guys doing making a Heat 2? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But
30 years later.
30 years later. My but yeah, that's here we go. Heat 2 cast. Oh yeah, that's Austin Butler. Okay.
Yeah.
Um this is not working. Come Um, Battle after
Dude, I can't
another.
wait to see that. Paul Thomas Anderson directed that. Those movies are always nuts, man.
Yeah,
DiCaprio.
yeah, yeah.
He's never worked with Paul Thomas Anderson, so I'm excited to see what they put together.
Well, like
I think that comes out on Friday.
all he does is one battle after another. Oh, that's what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
Yeah.
Like There Will Be Blood. He directed that. Like this dude did Boogie Nights. Like pretty wide array of like movie
Yeah.
scope,
Seriously.
But I've heard this movie's nuts, so I'm looking forward to that.
Um Scorsese's Hawaii set crime movie. Is that
Hmm.
is the Rock in that or something?
I don't know. Scorsese's doing a movie in Hawaii and for Amazon Prime.
No, I don't know what that was. I don't
I
know what
don't
you're
know.
talking about.
Is there show? Are they showing a cast, or is it too early to where it's like speculation?
It's speculation,
Yeah.
but I read them uh I read earlier, or I heard them talking about it earlier, saying that that's what it was going to be. DiCaprio is in for sure, Driver and Butler, and De Armas, which chef's kiss.
I'm gonna talk about two non-serious sequels that are being made. Non-serious. This is not epic cinema, but they're making a Spaceballs 2. And I don't know if you got down with the original Spaceballs when you was a kid. It was a ridiculous movie. I loved it. I love Mel Brooks movies when I was a kid. They're doing a Spaceballs 2. Mel Brooks, 99 years old.
Holy shit.
Dude is 99 and they're making Spaceballs 2. I just hope he's alive to see it finished and come to fruition. And I'll watch it just for the nostalgia, man. Because they even teased it in the original Spaceballs. He's like, and hopefully we can all meet up for Spaceballs 2, the search for more money, like a money grab thing. And then here it is. That was 1987. And then like all these years later, they're actually making it. That's crazy to me.
That's
And did you see the first Anaconda movie with
I
Ice
did.
Cube? They're
I did.
remaking Anaconda, but not the way you think they are. It's almost like a Tropic Thunder thing. So it's Jack Black and Paul Rudd remake. They're trying to remake Anaconda, the movie. So it shows them
What
making the movie, but they accidentally
satire?
killed. Huh?
Is it a satire?
Yes, completely. Is this like Tropic Thunder almost? Like they're going to the Amazon to film the remake of Anaconda, and they have a snake actor. They wanted a real snake for the role. They accidentally killed the snake. So then the movie is them going to find a real anaconda in the wild, and it turns into like a horror movie type thing.
That's funny.
There's a trailer for it. You can look it up. I watched it. I couldn't. I was like, is this a skit? Like, what are we doing? No,
Yeah.
they're doing that.
P-
That's
Paul
a thing that
Rudd.
is happening.
That is funny.
So,
What a
two
good
non-serious
premise.
sequels that I will be into.
Yeah. Patrick Kramer in the chat saying he's getting married this weekend. What things of advice do you give me? Congratulations, Patrick.
First thing.
Congratulations. You have won for the rest of your life. Congratulations. That's terrific.
And my advice would be to not listen to other people's advice. It's your marriage. Live your life, man. Enjoy
Yeah.
it.
That's great advice. That's the best advice I may have ever heard in my life from Big Case Dog right there. Yeah. Yeah, man. Do what makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Do what makes you happy.
And chase it till there's nothing left to chase.
Yeah. There you go. Well said. Does Steve mention spam in his best?
He better
man
not.
Speech?
He better leave that out of that, man.
He might. He
better
might.
leave that out of that, dude.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Uh,
That's funny though. That's funny. That's good comedy. Spam? Why advice is to take Case's advice, not to take advice. I wouldn't put it past him either, no joke, says Patrick. I got a spam ad the other day on here. Stop it. No, you did. On here? What do you mean, on YouTube? Get
On
out.
this
There's
show,
no...
on this show's YouTube.
On this show's YouTube. Get
Come
out.
on, dude, cut us in.
Yeah. That's just evil if they did went end around.
Yeah, they heard about the gimmick, you know.
Yeah.
Do they do something like do they like make like pumpkin spice spam for like fall?
I'm sure they do. Spam has broken the internet. It's true.
A day that'll live in infamy.
No, but like,
April 25th, 2025.
yeah, day 2 of the draft.
That's what happened.
If he mentions
No,
it during his
why?
speech,
Why am I gonna do that? I'm wishing you nothing but love and success, dude. I
does
don't. Just can't be
Casey
making
have to eat
spam.
spam
No,
again?
no.
Oh my god.
It's not passing these lips,
The
fam.
Kramers, they just never stop with
No,
trying to get forced food down your throat.
I'll get kidnapped one
Spam.
day. They'll keep me in a basement just feeding me spam to keep me alive.
The Kramer brothers are just obsessed with trying to get you to eat spam. It is one bit that will never die.
I will say this: if I ever go to Hawaii, I will eat spam in Hawaii because they do that there, and I'm sure they know how to cook it. I don't know why it's the national thing there, but I'll do that for you guys for the love.
Bacon, spam, and beans.
I'll eat the bacon.
Bacon spam sounds terrible.
I'll eat the
too.
bacon. I'm not eating the beans or the
Ugh.
spam. Those aren't happening.
I saw a what? What's it say?
Saw a spam knockoff from Armour. It's Armour makes like canned chilies, like chili and shit. Canned meats. They're in the canned meat business. It's a great quote, Axeman. That is a great quote.
That is a great quote.
That's one of the baddest ass scenes, that diner scene. And they didn't tell them they were filming it that day. They did it late at night. I watched the behind the scenes of it. Because those two had never been on screen, they didn't make a big deal of it. They kind of just like threw it into the production schedule like at a 1 a.m. And these guys have been working all day. And then they threw it down, man. Like,
Love that. Treat is trash. All right. Thank you guys for watching All Eyes on Cleveland. Make sure you hit like and subscribe on your way out. Congratulations, Patrick, in all honesty. Enjoy your wedding. Yeah, I hope everybody has a great time. Well wishes to you and the new missus, and a happy marriage. Browns. Got a feeling. I got a fever.
oh shit.
And the only recipe, I don't know. I got a fever, man. I got a fever. And I just got a feeling Case is going to be there in the building.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I just got a good feeling about it.
Coming home 16-4, boys.
Call me crazy. I know it's Green Bay. They're, the
Juggernaut.
Super Bowl juggernaut. I just got a feeling Stefanski's gonna pull out all the wing dingers and
ripping dicks and gouging eyes.
ripping dicks.
Full circle, baby.
I would love to hear him in this pregame. Just straight top Campbell, knee biters,
Yeah.
ripping dicks. What you guys do out there today? ripping dicks, gouging eyes. Coming home with this win. Let's go. That'd be awesome. All right. You guys are the best. Thanks for watching this wonderful program. Make sure you hit like and subscribe on your way out. And tell Case to bring us home a dub. I won't do it. He's gone. Yeah. And he stuck his fingers in Dart's
Dude, I'm out on both. Like, you can't. Like,
can't do it.
If you're still in on Jack Snapper, he stuck his fingers in a dude's mouth.
He ruined it. He ruined it for everybody. Thanks, guys, for watching. All Eyes on Cleveland on Browns Film Breakdown. If you're not already over there as a member, you need to get there. Stat.
No, Browns Film Breakdown. Yesterday.
Do it. Do it. With that, for Casey Kinnamon, my name is Brad Ward. We are out.
Congrats, Patrick.